and its camera-driven navigation and mapping were superb. Its easy-to-use app provides alerts and detailed cleaning reports. The ability to control it with Amazon Alexa, iRobot Roomba 960 vacuum cleaner. iRobot's Roomba brand has become as synonymous with a robot vacuum as Q-tips is with cotton swabs.
Welcome everyone, this is Mike from Verity Daily. I'm out to earn your subscription. If you find value in this video, if you would, make a thumbs up, share this video on your social media platforms with your friends, your family, your neighbors, anybody you come in contact. I appreciate it. It helps my ego. Let's get into this video.
This morning, we're taking a closer look at surveillance. We told you about Ring Home Security giving police some access to doorbell cameras. We know there are about 12 incidents where the camera footage was given to law enforcement without the homeowner's permission.
Home security cameras such as Ring, Nest, and others have been under fire recently for sharing user footage with law enforcement without consent.
Excellent. Welcome everybody to another video. We're going to be going over something that just came up on my news feed today. And, it's one of the things where does it really matter, or does anybody really care? Or do we go by our daily lives and just think, you know what? Well, I don't have anything to hide. Who cares what, I'm doing? But it's them little things that we're not aware of. People taking your data, they're using it to do whatever with, sell it to advertisers, seeing what you need in your home, that type of thing. If it's your home's too dirty, that type of thing. I remember not too long ago that Alexa was spying. Well, they're not really spying. They just heard some incident in the home where they said a few choice words, and the next thing you know, the police show up at the door. The device actually called 911, which, I don't know, maybe that's a good thing, right? Because if you don't have somebody at home and you're having domestic violence or somebody's breaking in, you have that extra it's almost like a smoke alarm, right? But when we get into violating our personal space, that type of thing, maybe sharing things that, what was it not too long ago that one of the sports reporters, somebody had a camera inside their keyhole on their hotel room and kind of shoot some videos and pictures of this woman, and they blasted it all over the internet, right? I mean, you can't unsee them things once you see them, right? And even if they take them down, they're still floating around the internet for eternity, right? So there's a lot of things. A lot of times, like I didn't realize that I had my printer set up with another device, so when it got low, it automatically ordered the ink for me, and I'm trying to figure out what type of ink that I need. Where should I buy it? The next thing I know, I get a notification, your order's been placed. Your ink will be there in this date. You know what I mean? So, I guess it's convenience. You don't have to think on your own. But, it's the time we live in, right? You could go totally off the grid, right? But there's so many ways, just like, for instance, the election, right? It's a week before the election, 2 days before the election, 24 hours before the election. I'm getting text on my phone. I don't give my number out to anyone. Okay. I don't know how they found out that my number was directed to me, and I vote, and it plastered. I even asked the people when I went down to vote, do you guys know that? Oh, I have no idea. We're getting texts too. So somewhere along the line, somebody's selling it. It's just like when you move, right? And you go down and you get a new license, and next thing you know, you're getting all these information addressed to you from all these different advertisers. And you're thinking, I never signed up. How do they know I live here? Well, it's your state sending this. People are buying this information to sell to you. It used to say resident on it. Next thing you know, it's got your name written on it. So there's a lot of ways that advertisers are buying data. I remember years ago when I was first starting out in, trying to get my business off the ground, and I hooked up with one of these advertisers, and they send these little flyers out every Tuesday with my printed advertisement through the mail, right? It wasn't like a direct mail, but it was mixed in with a bunch of other advertisements. So it came out in a 4, 5, 6 sheet advertisement with all these different other companies, products, grocery stores and that type of thing. And mine was on that, which was kind of cool because you could direct it to certain areas that you wanted to be in, right? I mean, that you knew people in that area were going to look for a certain item or project they were having going on, and you didn't want to send it to, apartment complexes or in industrial areas or that type of thing. You wanted to direct it to commercial or residential areas. That way you could get more bang for your buck, right? So this video came out today, not video, but this information came out today. It says that through purchase of iRobot, Amazon can now map your home. So Amazon just purchased iRobot for, what does it say? Let's see. Amazon just purchased a vacuum bot that only sucks up dust. It's a personal mapping of your home and sharing the information with its mother base. Okay, so I don't know that if it's too much to bother you that your vacuum cleaner is actually. Now, here's what I was thinking. Okay, so if you read, let's say we go to another article, like for instance, this is Roomba. We don't want to go to that one. Okay, so if we go to this one, this is what they actually do. They let's see, going down. Okay, so with regular update maps, sound system could match home acoustics, air conditioners could schedule airflow by room, smart lighting could adjust according to position of windows and time of day. Okay, so if you, let's say Amazon hooks us up with their products and it's all your cameras, your vacuum cleaner, all your lights, your alarm system, your doorknobs, whatever. Now, it's very convenient. And I know this is why they put this out, right? They put it out for people to make it more accessible to their home. And it does make it. I mean, you can program your lights to come on at dusk and go off at dawn. You can program certain appliances to come on. You can turn on, whether it's music in the morning, your alarms, whether it's coffee makers or, it's a plethora of different devices that can be operated by just one program, and then you're all set. But the whole issue comes into how much information do you want a company to have, right? I mean, obviously they're going to take your information because somewhere in their agreement, somewhere in their terms of use, that their policy. Now that's another thing I've talked about a million times is policies, right? So they come out and they say, okay, you said we could use all your information and do what we want. So they could sell it to advertise. Yeah, their carpet's low and it's dirty and they need a carpet cleaning service. Send them this information. We have their email address. Send it directly to them. Or let's say that they can see your lawn. It needs to be mowed. Send it to a lawn service. I mean, it's infinite amount of information they can gather and just sell it to everybody. I mean, they can go down the list, everything from, cleaning your roof to, cleaning your house or something's damaged. Say your lights are flickering or, I mean, the information's, your doorbell, you looks at it and say, hey, you know what? Your siding needs to be painted. I don't care what it is. If it's a service thing or, hey, your couch needs to be updated, they're sending you information in the mail. So not only are they selling you the product, they're selling you the service every month, whether it's a doorbell service, a video service, or if it's, even to send your printer ink to you. So whether you want that information out there, and it's one of the things that's really ironic is even if you don't have these devices, like very older people or even younger, whoever that's not into that type of information, or they don't want to learn it, or they don't really care to give that information, they can get your information some other way. Like I said, you can get it through your driver's license updates. They know what kind of car you got, so they can send it to your state can send it to these various auto dealers, these mechanic shops, that type of thing. They can also send it insurance, home insurance, right? Where you live, you all of a sudden you're getting a plethora of advertisements for home insurance, or, I mean, it's endless. Even if you don't get on the internet, or if you don't have one of these devices, it doesn't matter. Your city you live in, your whatever, they can say, hey, you know what, we're selling your information now because we need to update our, I don't know, their sign on their building. I don't, whatever. So you can't get away from it. I don't care how far in the grid that you go. Not nowadays. You can't. I mean, they can spy on your cell phone if you turn your cell phone off. It's like, it cracks me up. I watch a lot of these videos about off the grid, right? Because I'm really into nature. I'm into farming. I'm into animals. I'm into that type of thing. And I watch these because there's always something I need to update myself on. And these people say I'm living off the grid, but they're making videos for YouTube, right? So no, they're not living off the grid. Their router's taking information from them. Their internet service is taking information from them. Their IP address is taking information from them. Obviously, they have a cell phone, right? Obviously, they have some form of email address. They couldn't even use YouTube without that. They're uploading a video, whether it's from their phone or from their internet service, so they could track it. Even if they use a VPN, it still can track where that video is coming out of. It's not sending it all over the world and then blasting it into the internet, right? So you're pretty much unescapable unless you just, you're living on the streets, right? With no cell phone, no driver's license, nothing. Nobody even knows you exist, right? You're gone. That's the only way you can get away from it. You'd have to panhandle. You'd have to, live somewhere where nobody knows your name, right? That's the only way you're going to get away from it. So for everybody that's thinking they're off the grid, or, the utility company, if you're off the grid, maybe you're not using it, but you're buying supplies from whatever, you cash, you're getting income from somewhere, right? Even if it's, if you're retired and you're getting a pension, if you got a job, even if you're selling a product, you get the IRS has that information, right? You got to, you could totally do cash. I imagine, you still got to pay taxes on your property. So nobody lives totally off the grid. I don't care what anybody says, unless they're living on the streets. That's the only way. So just another one of them things. Let's see what they, actually it says that iRobot was founded in 1990. It was of bomb disposal robots that used for the U.S. Army, And a previous video I had with Ruby Ridge, they said that they actually used a robot to bring the cell phone up to Mr. Weaver there, but they realized when they got to the house that they actually had a shotgun attached to the robot pointing at the front door. So even back in 1992, to me, that doesn't seem like a long ago. It's 30 years, but if you look at it, the technology was there, but it was kind of an infant stage, for that, but they could still video surveillance issues like that. But I'm just telling you, this is another way that the information that I'm sure they're going to attach a video to it. If they totally map out your house, and the 3D mapping, architectural mapping is so precise anymore. It could tell you what, pictures you have on the wall, what size they are, what kind of furniture, what kind of items that you have in your house, to know exactly how much money that you have and what you're interested in. Everything this brought down. And let's say a worst case scenario, I showed it at the start of this video that they were using ring detection videos and giving them over to the police without the homeowner's consent, right? So what happens if one of these agents they're surrounding your house for, because you bought a pet supply for your dog, but you didn't report it on your taxes. I don't know, something stupid. So you got somebody coming to your house and they already have a secure map where your couch is at, where your refrigerator, your kitchen table, what your rooms look like, where's the furniture at? Is there anything piled in front of the window? They don't need to know anything. All they got to do is look at this device, find out everything about your home, if there's any weapons out, if there's, anything that they need, if they broke into the door or the window, if they're going to come up with a dog, if there's something blocking their way, they're going to trip over something. I mean, how big the rooms are, where the rooms are located, who lives in that, who's using that room, all these different aspects. I mean, totally surveillance. So if you have one of these devices, obviously they can map it out. If you got a video surveillance in your home with your infants, that type of thing, they can map that out. So I mean, if you're under any kind of suspicion, they could have a printout, boom, and instantly know exactly where. I mean, they could just walk in there and grab you, I guess. So if, like you say, some people say, I don't do anything wrong, I'm not wanted by whatever government agency, I live a perfect life, I don't have any kind of crime, that might be fine, and it probably is. But whether you want that information out at any time, that might be another story. So I hope you guys found value in this video. If you do, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithms, gets my video out. Please comment on any situation that you see that you want to comment on. I appreciate comments. You got any questions, ask questions. And I appreciate you sharing this with your friends, your family, on your social media site. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next video, next time, right here. Have a great day.
I'm on the run, I've got no alibi for what I've done. Took what you treasure, and I'm never gonna